Hello and welcome to this year's last edition of Beyond the Bubble. I'm Darren Barnett.
And I'm Jordan Farrell. Tonight we will be looking at a variety of events, both local and nationally. Nationally, we will look at the Boston bombings and the AP's unfortunate tweet. We will also take a closer look into the role radio plays in Rome and new advancements in local brewing. Let's get started with the latest here in Rome.
The hot topic for the past 2 weeks has been the Boston bombings from last Monday. And according to the New York Times, these bombs killed 3 people and wounded over 170. After the explosions, events unfolded rapidly until 2 young men were identified as the potential culprits of the explosions. The suspects were involved in a gunfight with the police in which over 200 rounds were fired, and one of the suspects was fatally wounded while his brother drove away in a stolen car. Officials decided to shut down New England's largest city as they conducted the ultimate manhunt. On Thursday, officials took Johar Tsarnaev into custody for further questioning. For up-to-date news about the current situation, be sure to check out the latest on the New York Times.
The Associated Press tweeted an alarming sentence on Tuesday saying, 2 explosions in the White House and Barack Obama is injured. The AP responded moments later, revealing that they had been hacked and immediately took down the tweet. Despite the fast response, investors in the Dow Jones stock panicked and dropped hundreds of points. AP claims the incident was due to internet phishing, so they suspended their account.
Speaking of the internet, the media world is constantly changing and evolving, and media specialists have been questioning the lifespan of certain industries after the advent of the internet. For example, newspapers, broadcast stations, and the radio have all felt the negative impact of the digital world. Viking Fusion reporter Kelsey Campbell talked to one of Rome's top radio stations, Q102.3, to see why and how they have stayed in business.
Need a morning wake-up? Most Romans tune into Q102.3 Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. with Jim and Monica Q for the early morning commute. Rated the #1 morning show in Rome, Q102 keeps people entertained in the early hours of the morning. Talk show host Jim Jones describes what type of music is played.
Q102 is what they call an adult contemporary station. It appeals to adults, mainly women, although we do have a lot of men that listen to our show, but it's mainly women and 35, 40 years old.
Some of our current top TV networks, such as NBC and CBS, started out on the radio. In the past few years, some people have questioned how long radio will last in its current form. However, Q102 seems to have a strong following. Jones is proud to say that this radio station is one of the oldest in Rome.
The radio station, I think, is one of the first radio stations in Rome. It wasn't the first, but it's been around a long time. And in the course of the radio's history, the formats change and things like that. But I believe this adult contemporary format has been on the station probably 12 to 15 years.
Becoming a radio DJ can be quite a process. Monica Reed, Jim's co-host, explains how she got into radio and what positions she has held.
I went on a field trip when I was in 7th grade. Fell in love.
Did you always want to do the morning show? Or?
I never really thought of myself as a morning show personality, but it's worked out great, so.
There are many fun themes throughout the week, including Throwback Thursday and Facebook Friday. Reed and Jones both expressed their favorite part of being radio talk show hosts.
Favorite part is to getting to interact with all the listeners in the morning, getting them up and going to work. I know it's hard, but at least there's some kind of, if we can make you laugh for 5 minutes, that's 5 minutes you've forgotten all your problems.
My favorite part of the morning show is obviously having Monica here, and dealing with our calls. Our listeners are fantastic. They make the show, and I love getting the calls and interacting with the people that listen to us.
So don't forget to wake up to Q102.3 to get your morning cup of laughter. With Viking Fusion News, I'm Kelsey Campbell.
Thanks, Kelsey. The Rome City Commission and the Floyd County Commission approved amendments to the Unified Land Development Code. This will allow local brew houses, wineries, and distilleries to produce their own beer, wine, and whiskey, which have created a positive reaction from local businesses. Broad Street's new bar, Brew House Music and Grill, is ready for the opportunity to serve house-brewed beer. The owner of the brew house, Jay Shell, says that this will be a good change for Rome. It is predicted that this will help tourist dollars as well as being a treat for the locals. Berry College professor Martin Cipollini will work with the brew house in developing the new Roman type of beers.
That's all we have for you tonight on Beyond the Bubble. For more information and full stories on what's going on around Barry and the Rome community, be sure to stay right here at Viking Fusion. For the last time, this is Darren Barnett.
And I'm Jordan Farrell.
Stay classy, Berry College.